let some people come on in the room. Come on in the room. I just want to touch on a topic that's real sensitive to the, I'm not going to say to the black community, is sensitive to all races of ethnic groups. I'm going to give a few minutes and see who all going to come in the room before I start this, because I think this is a very important topic for today that needs to be shared to bring some enlightenment to the issue, and how we as a community and as family members can help others, but it's a process and it's work that the individual needs to do and want to do for themselves. That topic is on mental health, and just keeping your boundaries and you staying focused for you and for your family and for your loved ones. Those of you that know me and have known me for a long time, I ain't really too keen on nobody just popping up at my house, really too much. I ain't really into that too much, so I already had in my mind today that I was going to go to church. And that being said, because it's a new month coming up, a lot of positive things is happening. I'm moving forward on a lot of things. So when my doorbell was ringing today, as I'm trying to meditate and get my mind, focused on where I'm at in my space, and it was a family member. When you're trying to be or try to set examples for family members and friends, regardless of what past life you led or their past life or their past history. If a person that's dealing with mental health issues aren't in tune with helping themselves, or there's a reason why your kid keep getting put out of certain places or situations, or your home, or your loved ones being distant from you, the person has to be willing to seek help, or their spouse needs to thrill to that person, in order for that person to get back to the place where they need to be. And when I come on here to share my life, sometimes, guys, I'm a very spiritual person. I love the Lord. I cannot let anyone or any family member or friends take me out my space or my element, in which I'm not going to do. It was hard for me to, not hard, like they say, as you get older, tough love is the best love. It was very emotional in my house this morning, with me and my cousin. Sometimes when things have happened in your past life, growing up as a child, you have to forgive the person that harmed you, that have hurt you, or if someone had let them things happen to you as a child, in order for you to grow and for you to move on. Growing up, in our community, with family members, something like that, and like I said before, I'm not ashamed to share my story of strength and hope, or some of my life experiences that I have been through to help someone else. Growing up as kids and being with cousins and things like that nature, and when my mom shared her story with me, and some of my aunts shared their stories with me of things that happened to them in their childhood, being touched by men, and that didn't have no right to touch them as young girls. So you have to learn to forgive the person. If you choose to confront the person, that's your choice. But it's also okay to seek therapy and to confide in a true pastor, someone that really has a true calling on the word, to bring the word of enlightenment instilled into you, so you can have a calm peace of mind. So I got a little emotional today with me and my cousin, and to see her in the space that she's in, feeling as though no one is there for her, or no one really cares or love her. If I didn't love you or care for you, you wouldn't be in my home. Okay? I'm not the other ones that shut you out. Because of the history of going on, you have to take your medication. Anyone that knows any family members or friends that's dealing with mental illness, is a must that they take their medication. It's a must that you seek therapy for you to get better and work on yourself. I'm not going to be part of a pity party with anyone, and I'm trying to keep myself as humble as I possibly can to avoid all negative things from any anybody. I'm going to try my best not to cuss because I just came from church. You know, like I said, I'm trying to just keep my home at peace because I'm raising my daughter. Before my daughter came, before I became a wife, yes, I was of the world, doing things of the world. No one is perfect. I still do worldly things. I still have my cocktails, you know. So I'm no better than nobody else. But to keep that peace of mind in your home and away from drama and other people, you have to eliminate yourselves. You know, so when a person want to come in my space, when I let you into my home and try to get on my back, and I'm trying to give you advice to get yourself together, you have to admit first that you have a problem. You know, and from her background of her mental health history, I'm not going to have myself at home or my child, because someone with severe issues like that can like burst off at any given time. You know, so when a person starts to rear up or get emotional to crying and things like that, then they accuse you of things with their husband and their kids and stuff like that. If I'm trying to be that supportive family member or that cousin to reach out to your children because no one else is trying to, you will not come into my home and do what you want to do. You know, so it's just real scary to see your family members and your loved ones in a place like that in their life. And things can be avoided and justified a little bit better if the person seeks therapy and take their medication. You know, because mental health is a serious, serious disease. And I'm going to keep my cousin in prayer, you know, and I'll pray for her. And I pray for the strength. And if your husband is on here, Mr. Brothers, I would appreciate if you reach out to me so we can try to get to the bottom of these issues, because I don't like seeing my cousin the way I seen her today. You know, but if I have to put you out my house, family or no family, I got to do what I got to do to protect my little girl upstairs. You know, and I'm not going to have anyone melt. That's why we can talk about this shit for minutes. Excuse me, going for cussing. Because some people feel as though, and there's a lot of men out here that feel as though whatever type of girls you're used to talking to or degrading, you can bring it to somebody else. And it's not that I don't have love for certain people. You're just not going to approach me or talk to me any way you'll talk to your little chicks or your little women or whatever you did on the outside. I respect who I am. I respect my boundaries and I respect my peace. So I don't have to explain myself to anybody. My mother's no longer here, nor my father. So long as I'm showing not perfect, but a positive influence and role model and experiences for my daughter, truly that's all that matters to me. I will try my best, and I will continue to try my best to be there for certain people. You know, at times in your life, you have to shut down, because a lot of people don't appreciate when they have a good friend. A lot of people don't appreciate, or let's say when someone younger than them trying to give them some experience or some knowledge on some things. I've been through a lot. I don't look it, but I've been through a lot. And I thank my Lord and my Savior Jesus Christ that he was there with me for every walk of the way to get me to where I'm at today. You know, so on this Sunday, just reflect. If there's anyone in your family that suffers from mental health issues or any friends that you know, this time that we're living in right now during this pandemic, they want to open up the world back to where it used to be. This shit is not safe. You know, so do your reading. You know, watch the news. Engage in other different things instead of just the clubs, you know, the smoking weed thing. Enlighten yourself on what's going on in the world. Because they're using people as guinea pigs. You know, you have to really enlighten yourself and see where you're at today on what's going on. You know, I just thank God during the time when I did catch COVID. And my daughter, we're good. 100% we're good. But some people aren't. You know, I'm glad to see that my prayers and my harvest that I had set when I was a little girl is coming to pass. You know, getting paid through a pandemic, working, I'm catering, got other income coming in, from one income to 2 to 6 a month. That's a blessing. So I'm not going to let anyone come into my space, family or friends, or hinder what I have going on for me and my daughter. I'm trying to be a positive influence and role model for my daughter and other people that come on my lives. Anyone else that come into my life, to see that the God that lives in me, you can see it come from the outside, from the inside out. That's how I'm trying to live my life today. So I try to stay away from negative people. If your spirit ain't right, I don't really want you around me, and I don't really want you in my home. And it did hurt for me. It hurt a little bit today for me to have to put my cousin out, but your intentions wasn't right. You know, so until you seek help, or so that person seeks help, or to come back to me in a humble way, you know, everything is a process. If you're at rock bottom, or you might not be totally at rock bottom, I've been there, so I can talk about it. I've been there. God has shown me some things. I was doing some things in the world I ain't had no business doing. Oh yeah, he shut me down for a minute. But I never let go of God's hand. That's the difference. So as you climb them steps up again to get to where the platform that God wants you to be at, or your higher power wants you to be, is a process. And then if someone is trying to give you the knowledge or the steps or the numbers or the resources to get to that next positive influence, I know what type of blood runs in my veins. And my cousin is in the same thing as her. Let me see where you was at before. I don't need validation from nobody. I don't need validation from no cousins. If you're not here with me now, when I really needed you, I needed you then. I don't need you in my life now. And that's not trying to be mean or being like, oh, what the fuck is up with her? It's not that. When a person is really going through a hard time in life, that's when your family should be there. Don't come along now and reaching out, well, cuz, how you doing? You on here every day like I am. You know I'm good. I'm real good. So it's not that I'm being mean or nothing like that, but right now I'm protecting my boundaries. I'm protecting my space. I'm protecting who I choose to mingle with. I'm choosing who I let my daughter mingle with. Like I said before, people carry spirits. And if you don't know what that mean, or wasn't raised up in church, or from some wise women and some wise men who I've been around all my life that schooled me on different things and different aspects of life to look for, you will be lost. It's not all that hugging, all that. Be careful who you hug. Be careful who you touch. Soul ties. The flesh, doing it to people and all that stuff gets in your body, it consumes you. And I prayed for a long time for my body to be cleansed from my husband, soul ties. When your spirit is not right, you're not evenly yoked, that bond or that spirit that's on that person, it comes into you. So I'm glad I took the years and the times, 2 years really, that I'm still working on Nakaya to get Nakaya back to where Nakaya was. Like I said before, it's not about the downfall, it's about the comeback. And like I said before, I put my business on a back burner. I didn't have the degree since I was in my 20s. So that calling in my life has always been there, but I chose to fall back. But I reached out to God again. And God gave me another chance. He pulled me back up. So like I said before, once I made it, I'm going to try my best to help other people if I can make it. But the person and the people have to want it. And if you don't want it, there's nothing that I can do. I have never came on here and not shared things of experience that I have been through. The walk of recovery, catering, being a mother, being a parent leader for CORE, part of DHS, the same agency that had my daughter. So I'm coming back with full facts of things. I have a therapist. I've been a therapist almost 25 years. And I love it. And I love it because I'm not going to hinder all those past demons that you had to fight to get through. All the past hurts. All the past things as child. It's called childhood trauma. And you have to be woman enough or man enough to break certain chains of addiction, of molestation that was ties to family. Because a lot of people don't like to talk about that. So again, as I pray every day for God to bless me, to use me as a vessel, I don't mind sharing my story. That if my story hits certain people, it's because you was part of the action. We don't have to name names, but we all know. We are adults now, so if I can bring this video of enlightenment, because maybe that's why my cousin is still suffering the way she's suffering, because certain things wasn't addressed. Maybe because some family members have not sat down with her and tried to talk to her to get to the core of certain things. If some people are not knowledgeable, or like I said, if you have a mental health illness, which is a blockage of things that's getting to the brain with the chemicals, you need to help them. You have to help them. But they have to want to help themselves. It's the same thing with addiction. It's a process. It's a process. If a person is still getting high and they choose to get high, I'm not talking about alcohol. I mean, alcohol is a drug, like they say, so everybody's a fucking addict. Because everybody doing something. So let's call it is what it is. But if a person, I'm just saying, using some strong narcotics or things of that nature, you have to get to the concourse source of why the person still want to use. I become 3.5 years clean coming June from PCP and marijuana. I never did nothing else. We might have snorted powder back in the day. And I can tell this today because I know who Nakaya is. But you have to be willing to admit your faults and your upcomings and your shortcomings. And look where you're at today so you can be that strength and ray of hope for somebody else that's still struggling. I've been seeing a therapist for over 25 years because you cannot trust your inner secrets or your inner demons or things of layers that you have to peel off with every and anybody. You can't do it, not even your family. So seeking counsel is a positive thing. It's not a bad, it's not saying that you got to have some type of issue or something wrong with you because you talk to a therapist. Them Caucasians do it all the time. So what makes you feel as though you're inferior? You know, understand that where you come from, we're from the hood, but don't let the hood validate who you are. You know, if you come from good stock, own that shit. I come from good stock, I own it. Bitches can't stand me, I don't give a fuck. Because I'm going to keep doing the kaya. Because I ain't doing nothing wrong. When I did something wrong, I was harming myself. If I can't match, it's because you had my name in your mouth with some old bullshit. Other than that, I was doing me in my own homes. I was in my own cars. I had my own money. Wasn't tricking for no shit. I paid for what I wanted. To this day, I pay for what I want. So there's a difference. So you have to just take time out if you care about your loved ones or whatever. And when I had said something to my cousin today, I said to her, I love you, but I want you to get back to the place you need to be at. Where's your stimulus money? She thinking I want your money. I don't give a fuck about your money. I know people that rent rooms. So I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna meet you halfway, but meet me. You need a place to stay. I know where you can stay at. I know people that rent rooms all day long, but get your mind right. I don't want to see you out in the street. I don't need to see you in no shelter. But I'm that cousin or that family member that's still trying to be there, but you're not going to come and be all cocky. That same thing with anybody want to go through the steps of recovery. You got to really want it. You have to want it because the people I'm affiliated with, the people I associate with, it's not a playing game matter. It's either you want to slave your life or you don't. You want to be out in the street or you don't. It's not, no one is in the position. I ain't rich. I ain't going to have nobody moving to my house because I'm raising my daughter. It's not about that. But if you need a place to stay and I have the resources to get you into a place to stay or get you in a program, Fresh Start, there's a whole lot of them out here I can tell you about. You know, but you really want to have to want it because they're not playing no games in them places. It's ready to get hot. People want to go stay in a shelter or a program because it's air conditioned. When the wintertime comes, they want to go stay in a program to get some heat. You got to want it to save your life. Mental health, you want to be one of them guys or girls sitting down there at Kensington Avenue talking to yourself, blowing them bubbles. That's your choice. And I'm not being mean or not being inconsiderate about it. You have to really want this. It's for your life. It's for your children. If you want your children back, and I can say this because I fought to get my daughter back. Wasn't nobody gonna raise her but me. I get in my bag and talk my shit sometime, whatever. That's mine. I got her all day long. I don't need a man in here to help me take care of her. I got that. My mom taught me the tools on how to be a good woman, a mother, and a provider. So we cool on this side. You know, so it has to be within the mother or the father. If you want to step up to be that parent, to take custody of your kids because the parent is not doing right, male or female, you do what you got to do. You know, you keep walking, you keep reaching out to the resources so you can show your family. It's not really about showing your family, it's to show yourself and show your child that my mom really do care. My mom or my dad really did care to sacrifice what they have done to make this better for me. My thing right now is to make sure my daughter have a place. This is our home that we own. But if something happened to me today, tomorrow, she got somewhere to lay her head at. She ain't got to worry about no taxes. She ain't got to worry about no bills. Everything is paid for. So I'm doing this to show my daughter together. A foundation is built on a union of family. If you with somebody, male or female, and the nigga or the chick ain't trying to help you build nothing, get the fuck rid of them. Get rid of them. We ain't taking care of no grown man, no grown woman. We ain't doing that. Get rid of them. If they don't want nothing, do that shit somewhere else. We ain't doing it around here. Do it somewhere else. So be that positive influence. With therapy, I'm in therapy. I have my daughter therapist because the peers on the outside, it's sad out there we're seeing today. Our kids are dying left and right. They are so influenced from the TV, from social media, from this one, from that one, their friends and their peers. I already let my daughter know it's certain people I don't even want you around. If I catch you around them, if I catch them in my house, I'm going to hurt her. So I done set the rules of my foundation in here. So you're not going to disobey what I say here. The reason why I said it to you is because I see what that person is doing, and it won't be done here. You're not going to go down that road of cops coming after you. You're not going to be down that road. I got to pay bail money, get you out of jail for stealing. No, we ain't doing that. So be mindful who you let in your home, like I said before. Be mindful who you let in your space. And it's okay today to tell people no. It's okay today to say, I can't do this right now. I'm taking care of myself today. It's okay. Don't let no one interrupt your peace with their nonsense. Take that stuff somewhere else. Just pray for them. Just pray for them. Lay hands on them. Just lay hands on them. You know, and keep it moving. Life is too short to be miserable. You know, the haters gonna hate. They gonna hate. There's nothing you can do about that. They ain't putting no money in your pocket. They ain't paying no bills, so let them hate. But just keep on moving. And just keep being that ray of sunshine or that ray of hope that your child or your spouse can see, like, damn, my baby is doing it or my wife is doing it. My daughter see what her mother doing every day from the muscle. You know, so just stay focused. I just wanted to come bring that to you today about the mental health piece and your space and your boundaries. You know, don't have no one trying to degrade you. If they used to degrading other people on the outside, don't accept that. Don't accept you come from royalty. Conduct yourself as such. And I said that before. You know, don't be out here with these guys or guys being with these girls. They can't do nothing for you. If you're going to do something together as a team, as a unit, that's a beautiful thing. But guys trying to use girls, girls trying to use guys, we did that shit back in the 90s when niggas was getting drug dealer money. It ain't cool no more. You know, everybody's about trying to raise a family or building a business. Build your brand up. Do what you got to do. I'm back in the cooking game. I'm not going to stop. And I love my job with the city. I ain't going to stop. So I know I'm being a positive influence from my daughter to show her that Mommy got this. Mommy got this. And just remember, I love you and God love you too. If you ever need a number for a resource for recovery, for homes, if you need clothes or food. Y'all see what I do? I post it every day, not every day, but I post it probably like once a month, or who has this, what has what. If you need clothes, I got clothes. It ain't a big thing. You know, be abundance. Be obedient to God's word, and God will give you back that 10 times full. So if you ever need me, you know, if I can share my strength and hope, and I thank you, Dawn's brother, for reaching out to me to share my strength and hope at your meeting. I'm sorry I had to work though. You know, so I'm glad I can be an example for people to see that how I turned my life around. For me to come share my story at his recovery meeting. You know, so I'm trying to set those examples. I'm trying to stay away from all negative people, the gossiping and all that stuff with the girls and the guys. Keep my name out your mouth. Stop tagging me in all these videos. I'm not where you are. I don't do that. I'm not sitting around smoking no weed. So stop tagging me on certain things. If you want to call me and talk to me, you can call me and bust it up. But please stop posting or send me these weight videos. Stop. Please, I will block you totally on all social media platforms. I'm not living like that today. I don't conduct myself like that today. So please stay in your lane. I mean that with all my heart. And I love you guys. Have a blessed and peaceful soul Sunday. And stay sucker free. Good one, y'all. Peace.